So let's take a look at this. The history of rebellion and civil wars in England. Okay, all of these shootings with the AR-15, the assault rifle, it's given that name for a particular reason. But it's a code for the same old song and dance. This whole reign of these fallen angels that were the heroes of 9/11. Because the heroes is the Hebrew word Gabor, which means the fallen ones. And if you remember when the towers fell, they're heroes, the firemen, but the men of their bodies of fire. See, these guys are talking doubles all the time. Remember the fallen, run for the fallen, all of this bullshit. It's the fallen angels. So let's take a look at this. The fallen angels in the AR, the Scottish AR. So let's just take this. History of the rebellion, which is the biblical story of the fallen angels that rebelled against heaven. It has nothing to do with England. Okay, now this is from 1826, so this isn't some modern day crap. Okay? My England ex-Scottish army. It isn't an ex-army. It's the X. It's the Saturnian X. It isn't X. It's the Saturn X. The Scottish AR. Don't you remember what the big thing was when Sandy Hook went down? Oh, the kid went in with an AR-15. Remember, that's what they kept telling you? Because that's the code word. The 15 is how they write the 96. The 96 is how the Jews write, is how the Jews refer to as the fallen angels. That's why I showed you the picture with the 15 and the explosion. It was what cut us off. It's what's cut us off from the rest of creation. The X, Saturn, is death. So it isn't my in England ex-Scottish, like they're ex-soldiers. That's who they're fighting for. The Saturnian, the fallen. The Jews have absolutely 100% sided with the fallen angels, and they themselves are convinced that they're part of that group, which is going to be their downfall. This is the reality. So that's why I showed you earlier. Let me grab the picture. Right here, this guy coming through riding a bomb. He's in light, and the 96, because that's the gist of it. Or the 69. Either way, you flip it upside down. Either way, it's 9669, right? So it's what it totals. It totals 15. The Masonic AR-15. Okay, and I'll go grab that other picture just to reinforce. Here's the Black Sun Saturn. Notice they're using the word heroes. I mean, how many times do I have to keep backing up my story over and over and over again until you fuckers finally get it in your head? And when I say fuckers, I mean that with love. I don't mean that with hate and disdain like somebody else on the other side of this fucking screen does it. I'm saying it because I fucking care. That's why I keep beating my fucking head against the wall trying to help you. The story, they blew the gate. Whatever the fucking gate was, whatever it is, they blew the gate that connected us to the rest of everything. That was either to keep God out or to cut us off from him. I don't know which one it is. Okay? Here's the 69, right? And here he comes riding the bomb down, and then boom, here's the 15. Because they write it secretly, they write the 69 to cover the number 15. Because 9 and 6 is 15. It's the story of the fallen angels and the gate, the ark that was blown. So the passageway is no longer open, and you'll see it closed with an X in the way. And the X is Saturn, and Saturn represents death. Can you get this through your fucking thick fucking skulls? Understand, it's a story that's being fucking stuck in your face day in and day out. The fucking heroes blew the gate. Whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, I've never met God. I don't know. Maybe he's 10 times worse than they are. But the bottom line is, they're Their point is that we did it, and their story is we did it to save you. The other version is they did it to enslave us. That's something you have to learn to deal with. The Jews, however, seem to think that they somehow align themselves with this group that saved us and now have lorded over us. Okay, we're cut the fuck off from the rest of creation. Period. You know, they don't put shit like this in Disney movies to be funny. It's for those that get it. They don't put shit like this on TV for people just to go, oh, it's a story. You're supposed to be learning. You're supposed to be learning. I don't give a rat's ass if this shit ever does anything for you. You're supposed to be learning. Every person on this planet is supposed to be learning. But it's been being kept and beaten down with stupid shit like fake fucking riots and bullshit like that and wars, where the truth of the matter is being hid while everybody looks one way, they're doing it on the other side. This is bullshit. So get it through your head. A group of whatever blew the connection between us and God. It's no longer available. Whether they're trying to reestablish that connection or keep it broke, I ain't sure about that either. But I do know that the oldest story is that they try and reconnect, and then doing so, they take over heaven. And so they rewrite the story over and over and over again, but it always ends the same way, in failure. And as you can see, this big explosion, it's a failure. So when I say AR-15, it was nobody walked in with a rifle. The rifle is named an AR-15 because it represents death. That's what the 96 and the 69 is. It's death. They're the fallen ones. And that's why we're called cattle, because we're beneath them. Except the Jews somehow have deemed themselves above us, so we're the cattle to them. And the Jews have claimed that they created us. Yet they have to have all this military weaponry sent from the United States. Well, if you're gods, what do you need that stuff for? Sounds to me like you guys just will bleed and die like everybody else. Because the true fallen angels, they don't need any of this stuff. They don't need any of that. Why would they? A masquerader would. I surely absolutely believe that the fallen angels are walking this earth. But they're not the Jews. The Jews like to claim that. They're just another group that likes to play the high and mighty. Yet they all wear black, don't they? They all wear black. The Lutherans, the Catholics, the Jews, the Nazis, they all wear black. They're all on the same fucking team.